beautiful people? LosingDrea here, and I'm coming to you guys with another weight loss video. And yes, I have losses to report. I kind of been doing this like every 3-day thing, and Wednesday would have been like the actual weigh-in date, which was yesterday. It's actually Thursday, the 25th of June right now. The board you see behind me is something that I started working on so that I can report the numbers as I lose or gain weight rather than like having all the other stuff that I always look over here and keep on my calendar. I thought that would be a better way to give other people a better perspective of how my weight goes up and down without like an actual like graph that shows it. I do not track anymore online any of the programs. I'm still a member of MyFitnessPal. I'm still a member of sparkpeople.com, both free memberships I do not pay for. However, I just really don't have the time to continually be going and logging my food, and I find that if I eat first and then go to log my food, I'm tempted by other foods that I see listed and whatnot, and then I end up going and eating mindlessly when I'm really not seriously hungry. I've also been finding out that drinking the tea helps to suppress whatever hunger that I think that I'm experiencing all through the night after I've already eaten my one meal for the day. I find that eating vegetables has really kicked up a lot of hunger. They're carbs. Any kind of carb has always acted in that same fashion. I'm not going to even try to sugarcoat it because I would only be lying to myself if I tried to say that it's definitely not the vegetables that I've been eating, when in fact it is the vegetables I've been eating. And come this July, my plan is to go completely carnivore once again and see that these things that I've been experiencing are definitely what I've been saying they are, and it's from eating vegetables. Speaking of eating vegetables, one of the things that many of you may or may not know, last year I complained of not having a period for a while and whatnot, and I was tested, and it was deemed that I was in perimenopausal state, and but I was doing keto with vegetables and all the other stuff, as many of you probably have found the keto diet and heard you're supposed to be eating so many cups of green leafy vegetables. And anyone who knows whatever kind of diet that you may or may not be on, it's always good to have more veg than protein, and that it'll fill you up. But in my case, though that I did that back in 2011, before finding keto, and it worked for me, and I was able to lose about 80 pounds doing that, like vegetarian or pollo pescatarian, which is fish and chicken and vegetables, doing that kind of diet, cutting out the fat. It worked for me back then, and I'm pretty much doing that again, only I'm finding that the vegetables that I have, which is just cabbage, like I said, it's kicking up hunger, and I'm also again experiencing periods that like I'll get it 1 month and then it won't come the next or two, and then maybe the 3rd month I'll get it, or the 4th month it'll come. It always comes exactly when it's supposed to, even when I miss it. So even if, like, let's say on this month I might have gotten it around the 1st or the 3rd or whatever it was, and regular period without cramping, which is something that I've always experienced, but I believe on the keto, because of the lack of inflammation, that in itself alone, whether you're eating vegetables or not, does help. I find that eating those vegetables might very well have been what has kept me infertile and having these issues with periods while on keto, because I didn't really experience that prior to that. But just to give you a little backstory about me, if you don't know, I recently turned 50 on the 7th of May. I've been on a ketogenic diet that I found and started on the 7th or the 8th of January of 2017 after an automobile accident that I was in. I was told that I had something that showed up on an accident MRI, but that they couldn't discuss it with me. I needed to go see my primary. I did not have a primary at that particular time. I did not have health insurance. So fast forward to 2018, I finally got health insurance and a primary, and explained to them the situation, how this MRI doctor made me sign a paper stating that he let me, or made me aware that I needed to go see my primary, that there was something showing up on the scan within my thyroid. Fast forward, and just to be brief about that because you'll find videos here on my channel in my weight loss journey playlist. It was believed that I had cancer. I have 2 nodules, one of which is the size that they did check, and one that's not yet the size in which they are worried or concerned for and need to check. And after a lot of scares and things that I was put through in the process of trying to find out what it was, I was still on this ongoing ketogenic journey. And then June of last year, 2019, I had gone carnivore except for the liquid stevia and if I had coffee or tea, and I wasn't doing any vegetables. My period returned. I was having regular periods every single month. The hot flashes that I thought I was experiencing, although I take something called black cohosh, had completely stopped, and I wasn't feeling any of those hormonal or lack of hormone symptoms that most women my age, well, actually older than my age, would actually experience because of menopause. So that worked for me for a while, and then I just started to reintroduce veg again, a lot more, eating a lot of cabbage and whatnot. Fat to keto. Jelly was doing a higher protein, lower fat form of keto, and I said, I probably need to do that too, because if you have fat to lose, you really don't want to be eating all that fat, even though your body loves fat. And when I speak of fat, I don't mean the processed fats and oils and things like that. I'm talking about the real healthy, cold pressed type oils and butter and things that it's been known through blood tests to not give people the side effects and the medical issues that the medical profession has posted about for many, many years, and tried to have us eat more of the SAD, standard American diet, and do what it says to do as far as how much we're supposed to eat according to that food pyramid, which I've been saying for years. That food pyramid needs to be turned upside down, and that whole bottom half needs to be cut off, because grains are not for us to eat. We are not grazing animals on a meadow, in a farm. We don't need to grab our food from trees and the ground, and there is something in them that a lot of people have been immune to, haven't eaten from when we're babies, in our beech nut baby food. I mean, have you ever actually picked up any baby food jars and read the sugar and carb content in that? And then we wonder why our children are obese and are having medical issues like ADHD and autism and all these other things. I strongly believe we are what we eat, and we need to pay a little bit more attention to what's going on in the world today, with not just people like myself or me, but people like myself who have found the ketogenic and or carnivore diet, and who are freely reporting their good and their bad, so that we can all help one another in this community. And most of us do it without any cost to you, the viewer. If you look in the right places, it does not cost a lot of money to eat this way. Even if you don't eat grass-fed, even if you don't eat farm-raised, caged-free, any of those more humane or more healthier options, you're still going to be a lot better off than you would if you didn't eat this way. And I'm finding that out through my own trial and error. I've been eating this way. I've been on a journey since October 2nd, 2011, and I've never actually made it to Wonderland. I was over 300 and something pounds. I would not leave my house. I had a lot of aches and pains and health issues that were related to not only my mental health, but my overall health. I didn't sleep correctly. It was bad. It was bad. And at that time, I was 41 years old. So, it's amazing to think after all these years that here I still am, and rather than keep gaining every year like I was at a rapid pace, I'm losing, even if at a slow pace. And I had just watched Joni Keto Diamond's video, and she said, hey, I could have gained, I've only lost 11 pounds this year so far, and I could have gained 11 pounds. Well, you could have gained a lot more. I gained that just screwing up over the holidays, since I came back from my trip to Georgia on the 7th of November, when I was at my lowest of 210. But I didn't get my lowest of 210 eating any of the other ways that I've tried, and I have videos here on my channel of doing. I got to 210 finally by eating chaffles for the most part, a higher fat, lower protein, moderate carbohydrate, if like less than 10 or 20 if I can manage it. And most of those carbs were coming from the excess carbs that were in either the eggs and or the cheese. Some cheese, if you don't buy it in the whole blocks and shred it yourself, will have a carb. And even stuff that say 0 carbs are sometimes like a half a carb. And so that stuff does eventually add up. And if you're eating a lot of eggs and you think 0 carb, you didn't eat no carbs. Well, if you eat 2 eggs, that's 1 carb. Well, almost 1 carb from what I hear. And if you eat 3, that's 1.5. If you eat 4, that's another 2. And I was eating 6 or so eggs at a time before the chaffle. I only need 3 eggs for my chaffles, and I would make 2 big Belgium chaffles. But you put a lot of cheese in it, so you're still getting some carbs from that because they put these fillers or like cornstarch kind of stuff to kind of keep it from sticking together. You'll learn all that as you follow this community and follow other people who eat this way. And there's certain things that you may be worried about that you'll find from others is nothing to be worried about at all, that it's completely normal. You won't know if you're not following the right channel. And I did that for the first couple of years. I did keto wrong. Now, as I say that, I say there's no wrong or right way to do keto. The only wrong way is a way that you're doing it if it's not working for you. Then you need to switch it up. Everybody's different. It's age or male or female or health issues that you might already be suffering from or taking medications for. All these things can play a part in your body for you as an individual. So keep that in mind, that when you're watching anybody who's doing a ketogenic, carnivore, whatever lifestyle they're doing, keep in mind that results may vary and not be typical for that person that you're watching. And while it's all good to see how these people have lost a lot of weight and what they say, and they come on here and they tell you that they're doing, but how honest are some of these people being? I'm a food addict first and foremost. I'm a binge eater, all of the things, okay? I have all the symptoms of addict behavior, and food is just one of the main ones. That's probably one of the hardest ones because we all have to eat to survive. But one of the things I've noticed about keto, carnivore is I have been able to learn about my own body. I've been able to listen to my own body and know how my body feels when I'm feeling really great, when I'm probably in a very moderate or high state of ketosis, or if I'm not feeling too good and I'm either in a low or no state of ketosis, because I probably more than likely ate something that kicked me from that moderate or higher state. So knowing this, it gives me the ability to not only just be my own advocate and not listen to what a lot of other doctors and who have yet to learn about this way of life will say to you. I had a doctor that I went for a second opinion after the MRI that scared me that I got, and that doctor didn't even touch me, stood 5 feet or more across the room on the opposite side, and wanted to tell me that being on a ketogenic diet, which I had now just started at that particular time, was 1, not sustainable, and 2, that all I need to do is exercise because I'm not exercising. And at that time, I was trying to exercise as much as I could, having had sustained auto injuries, and he hadn't even touched me, felt me, or did anything but judge me based on my body type, the way that I appeared to him in his office that particular day, and or whatever notes he may or may not have been looking at that I filled out myself on his intake forms. And I got so mad that I left his office and I vowed not to go back there again or care about his second opinion. And that was an opinion that was needed for a lawsuit that I had going because of my injuries that I sustained in an accident that was not my fault. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that not everything you think you read or see or hear on the internet is exactly 100% true. It could be true for that person. I'm not calling anybody out and saying they're lying, but most of the people that I see on some of these bigger channels with a lot of these subscribers, first of all, they don't really chime in with a lot of comments back to you. You get this like generic heart or like, your post was liked or loved, but there's no input, you know, thank you for your feedback, or thank you for watching my video. You kind of find a disconnect from those people. As myself, I follow smaller channels like myself, one, to help support them, especially if they're on this journey, because they're new. And my best tool has been my channel, and I feel the same way for others. The other thing is, you know, you watch these people and they hardly point to the facts of when they've screwed up. Yeah, I cheated. It was a holiday. It was my anniversary. I was going to eat what I wanted to eat. I've done it. Okay, it puts it out there, but it doesn't stress it. And then what's being stressed is I want to call it clickbait, but what some people could be considered as clickbait, because you see these big numbers. Oh, I lost 125 pounds on a ketogenic diet. I did it in a year. Do you really know what that person has gone through? Because I see a lot of those videos from those people, and then a lot less of, man, I screwed up. I'm in the kitchen. I need help. You know, the food monster's calling me. I need help. I don't see those, you know. So to me, the reality and what I can get from those channels, there's a lot of people I don't watch anymore. I'm not getting value out of their videos. And it's not to say that their videos are bad. It's just that I don't relate to their videos anymore. Maybe something in me has changed. Maybe something with them is different. I don't always unsubscribe, because there's always that one chance that, hey, they do have great videos, and there might be something that one day they might share that I can benefit from. Not all my videos are going to be beneficial to other people. I do more than just keto videos. I do rant videos. I do product review videos. In fact, this thing on my neck is going to be a product review. I'm loving it right now because I turned off my fan just to see how this would work, and it's still blowing quite well. Not really sure how many minutes I've been on here with you guys, but the whole time it's been working, and I am just loving it. So yeah, look for that video, because the links will be down in the show notes of that video where you can get one of these yourself. And I've seen several different ones online, and I don't know how all of them work, but this one I will definitely be reporting on, and then you'll have a link to where you can find it for yourself. But yeah, I just, you know, there's so much going on in the world, and everybody's stressing. And if you understand stress and cortisol levels, I believe that everybody is the same when it comes to that. Sleep is a big issue. A lot of people are not sleeping correctly. You might be worried about where your next meal's coming from, or, you know, how you're going to keep the roof over your head, or the wheels under you know, your car. I mean, all these things, and it seems like our government is abandoning us and has really no thought to anything past their own, you know, lives. They've got money, they're not starving, you know, and they're still working and they're still getting paid. But what about the millions of Americans who are still unemployed, and many of them who probably work paycheck to paycheck anyways before all this happened? And so yeah, the stress is worse than it's ever been, and so your cortisol levels are being affected as well as other things, and it will make your body and your hormones react in a way that are not going to be sufficient and or adequate for your weight loss efforts. I know that I'm doing this for weight loss because I feel incredibly great when I have those milestones and goals that I meet on the scale. However, I just want to put it out there that the reason that this has been more sustainable for me, it's been more for the way that I feel and my health. And my health has never been better for me. I feel wonderful. You know, having just turned 50 just last month on the 7th, I don't feel 50. I have people tell me I don't look 50. And I mean, will that remain for me as I lose more weight and my face gets thinner and some of the skin might hang? I don't know. But I'm willing to take that chance, because as far as I'm concerned, from the neck down, if I can fit into a cute little outfit and I look good in it and I don't feel fat and I don't look fat, I am going to be jumping for joy, where everybody all over the world might end up hearing me, that I will be that happy. But I don't just want that for myself. I want to share that with all of you. So even if you're just coming to my channel and you think, well, you don't know me, you're not talking to me, I am talking to you if you're watching my video, because that's why I'm sharing my videos with YouTube and whoever watches them. I don't get a lot of views right now. I don't get a lot of comments. I have those few of you that have been sticking by me no matter what through the years. I've made many friends here on YouTube, more so probably than Facebook even. And of course, you know, they both kind of go hand in hand. And I don't think I would have had that support behind me had I not found that initial video more than 12 years. Was it 12 years ago? 8 years ago? Yeah, in 2012, because that's how I found what I found here on YouTube. And that's what encouraged me and gave me the idea that I need to do something for myself. And if this girl can do it, I can do it too. And I proved that correct by taking the initiative, doing the work. And I did what she did, sort of. She did Weight Watchers and Spark People. I went to Spark People. I got a free account. I started logging my food. I started learning about food. And then before long, I actually started learning what 4 ounces looked like. And I could eye it pretty damn good. And so I'm there now where I can eye food pretty damn good. And I know calories if I was counting them. And I kind of know my fat macros if I was counting them. I'm not counting anything, guys. So if you're coming on my channel and you see other people that are doing that, it doesn't mean don't do it. I mean, especially in the beginning, it's going to help you gain a better insight about what it is you are putting in your mouth and what it contains. And I used to do Soleil water. I stopped doing that. I don't find I have these electrolyte issues that other people speak of. And again, not saying that it's bad for you or good for you. Me personally, I wanted to like puke every time I drank this Soleil water because it was just an immense amount of salt that closing your nose, pinching your nose closed didn't help. Mixing it, making Ketorade didn't help. So I just didn't do it for me. So this is what I'm doing. I'm not having any hair loss. I've got thicker than usual hair these days. But I do have this issue with my nose running really bad while I'm eating because I've been eating vegetables. And every time I eat cabbage, I've eaten broccoli, and I've eaten red cabbage and green cabbage, and I've eaten it both raw and cooked. And I gotta tell you guys, it makes my nose run terribly so. You know, blowing my nose while I'm at a dinner table has never been something, I grew up like, you don't do that. If people blow their nose in a restaurant, like, you know, the guys that wear their hankies in their pocket and then, you know, I hate that. It is like, it's just nasty. You just don't do that. People are eating and you don't have a right to or make them lose their appetite or feel that way, especially when they're eating in a restaurant. The best thing you can do if your nose is running is grab your napkin or whatever, you know, wipe your nose, don't blow it, and excuse yourself and go to the bathroom and then blow it. You don't want to blow your nose in a fabric napkin anyways, and a lot of restaurants, nicer ones, will have that. So I've learned how to handle myself in restaurants when it comes to that because it happens. And it used to happen more than anything eating Chinese food. And that was like vegetables, and if I eat salad, it happens really bad. And now eating cabbage is happening really bad too. So I know it has to be the vegetables because if I just eat chicken or I just eat shrimp or fish or steak or any of that stuff and I don't eat any vegetables, I get it a little bit, but not nearly as bad. So it has to be the vegetables. And of course, I'm drinking tea. It's hot these months. I stopped drinking coffee. Probably, it was May something, I know. So it's definitely almost a month, if not more, that I stopped drinking coffee. I don't remember the day. I just stopped and started drinking iced tea because it was so hot. And it's 85 in my house while it's down on 70, which is the lowest I can put it. So guys, I almost forgot to put the most important part of this video in here, my update on my weight. So last week on Wednesday the 17th, I was 226.4 pounds, which was 5 pounds I had lost for that particular week. This week, I am actually up 2 pounds and I weighed in at 228.4 pounds, which at 226.4 to that, you know, I started eating a lot more vegetables. So I know that's where I gone wrong because that was kicking up all that hunger. And I started snacking and eating more than just the one meal, you know, the OMAD. But I'm down a total of 15.6 pounds from my highest weight of 244 pounds, which was just this past, on this month on the 3rd. And as of today, I am 227.4 pounds. So I'm down another pound from yesterday, which is just 16.6 pounds that I'm down so far from my highest, and 17.4 pounds away from being at my first goal to be back to my lowest, which was 210. A lot of you guys that I just recently subscribed to and who have subscribed back to me or to me, you guys are kind of like where I'm at, in the 220s. So, hey, wherever you are, wherever you want to be, keep that goal in mind and don't give up. Keep trying, and you will find what works for you. And what works for somebody else might not work for you. Don't let that get you down. And if you have a cheat, not saying to do that, but if you do, don't beat yourself up. Just make your next meal keto. Anyways, guys, with that said, I hope you all are doing great on your journeys. If you have a channel, please link your channel or list your channel down below. I do not mind. I don't want my videos spammed. If, you know, in the comments, if I find that you're like got nothing to do with keto and you spam my video, I will remove your video and I will report you. However, if you do have a channel for weight loss, ketogenic diet, carnivore diet, something that could help other people in this community who might come and watch my video as a keto person, please, I don't mind you putting your link or saying I have a channel so that your name can be clicked on and then they can find your channel. And then what I'm going to be doing, I believe, starting like maybe Saturdays, is start doing like shout out Saturdays and mentioning a lot of these channels that I find, and a few little snippets of details about your channel or you or what you're on or when you started and that kind of thing. I won't know always who all of you are if it isn't like a featured video that I'm shown because of the videos that I normally watch. So by doing that, it helps me find your channel, and I will support you 100% on your journey as much as I possibly can. So please, if you haven't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button down below and ring the bell to be notified of all new videos as I put them out to you, as well as I go live. With that said, be happy, be healthy, be beautiful, but just be you, be the boss of your loss if you're on a weight loss journey, and I will definitely be seeing each and every one of you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Be blessed. Mwah.